they were talking about the madness, and bam, already it's here. You see what I mean? And then now, you know, leading into October, things are gonna get even more and more worse.
Yeah, but there's nobody complaining. The only people that are really making their voice heard are the men of the Lord. You know?
They're crying, sighing.
Yeah,
literally.
Beautiful. Yeah, crying and sighing. You know, these people are just walking to and fro, following their father, the devil. You know, they don't mind, bro. You know, they're up with, they want this system to go on. You know, those they think this intricate thing, you know, put it, you know, you want to become a robot. Yeah, you want to be able to see, you know, like, I don't know, like, when you going back to that series Black Mirror.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is weird, bro. You know, being able to store their memory. You know, go back and keep their memory stored.
And it's, you know, and it's usually Edomites, or not just Edomites, but carnal people, you know, that like that kind of shit. You see?
Yeah, you wanna wash another man's wife?
Yeah.
It's madness, man.
That's right. Is there?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. First Thessalonians chapter 5, let me start from verse 3 again. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." See?
It says they shall not escape.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
We're not going nowhere. These people are the next, they're the next slaves. They are the next slaves. The Lord, like you said, the Lord's going to make a shift, a change, paradigm shift. You know? Change of roles. You know? Nobody going nowhere, but they're staying here.
That's right. They're trading places.
Trading places. You know?
That's right.
As the elect of the future rulers, these people that are somewhat, you know, on top, they're going to be the next slaves, man. Like the scripture say, they shall not escape.
There is nowhere, like, where they can hide, bro. Because, hey, the elect are going to have, you know, that spiritual power to be able to do the things that Esau ultimately wants to do, which is be able to see, you know, clearly. You know what I mean? You know, Esau has, you know, some, you know, technology, you know, to be able to see, you know, I'm gonna throw a ball, etc. Hey, but the elect are gonna have, you know, the spiritual aspect and also the physical part of it, man. You see? And that's what's gonna make the elect so strong, because they're gonna be able to, you know, go through everywhere and be able to pick you out, man. Okay, you know, wherever you hide. You see what I mean? See, that's Satan.
All the righteousness.
That's right. That's right.
Righteousness.
And it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Right. So their peace and their safety is the things of the world, the carnal things. Like the Lord says, I give you peace, but the peace he was talking about was on the spiritual sense, from the spiritual realm. You know, because he said, I give you peace not as the world giveth, but as, you know, as YAHAWASHI. So what's the peace? Peace is knowing the future, you know, having the spirit of prophecy, knowing that, listen, man, this is not the end all be all for us Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay?
Because ultimately, what it is that when you understand what is next, you see, on a spiritual level, you can actually be happier, man. You know, I'm actually happy because I know that this is not it. You see what I mean? A lot of these people think this is it. So then when they lose something, they lose their mind. You see what I mean? But when you understand that, yo, this shit is about to end and this is not life, man. You see, this is not life. When you really think about it, you see, even the elites, you see, even though they have the positions of the earth, they're not actually enjoying life. You see what I mean? Because they actually don't know what it is to, hey man, when we come into rulership, we're gonna show them, okay, how to actually live life, man. You see? And so when you have that understanding, you're actually going to be able to sleep well at night, man. You're going to understand that YAHAWASHI is coming back, man, and put things back in order. You're going to have eternal life. When you understand these things, man, it's easy for you to move on about your day. You see what I mean? You won't be able to bug out like these people because these people can't see further than this life that they have right now. That's why the scriptures talk about, don't look to save your life. If you look to save your life, you're going to lose it. You see what I mean?
You saw some of the time clock. Yeah. And him, it was messed up is that he knows, like, okay, my time's running out, so I gotta speed things up. But his servants, the other Edomite, they don't know what's going on. They're just relying on him. That's why the scriptures say, when a ruler hearkens unto lies, all his servants are wicked.
Yeah.
You know?
Proverbs 29.
Yeah. That's a heavy spirit. That's been on my mind. Because that's what's going on right now. These people are hearkening, the rulers are hearkening unto Satan, and these people are following Satan.
That's right.
To the ditch. You know? Their peace and their safety is destruction. Imagine that. This is real quick to back here. This is Job 15 and 20. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor. God is gonna come as a thief. These things are hidden from him. You know? Verse 21. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him. A dreadful sound. Here it is. We have brothers. A certain brother called, a certain brother cussing him out every day. You gotta deal with this. He can't shut it up. He's setting up the YouTube guidelines.
That's right.
Intimidation tactics. But it's not working.
That's right.
He tries to go to sleep. You have a brother now. Why are you waking up?
Yeah.
It's non-stop. So it says a dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, like you said, he's in his glory. I'm in my glory. He's in his glory. But he can't sleep. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. YAHAWASHI is going to come as a thief.
In prosperity.
Prosperity while you're up. Like you said, how can you really be up if you're worried?
That's right, bro. Because the scriptures talk about how that they don't sleep unless they do mischief, right? So it's just like, in the kingdom, we're gonna rest, man. You know what I mean? Like, actually have a good night's sleep, bro. You know what I mean? Like, actually rest and not be worried, man. Because, the fact that we're oppressed, bro, like, the one thing that I hate is that alarm clock, bro. That shit fucking irritates my spirit, man. You see? Actually, you're not supposed to have a goddamn alarm clock, man. But because you're in slavery, that's why you have that shit, bro. It wakes you up and then you gotta go to work, you know what I mean? It's the same shit over and over and over, man. That's oppressing the mind, man. You see? And so Esau, because he's wicked, he constantly has to, come up with more wicked ways to destroy you, to keep you in that state, man. You see, but in the kingdom, because of the power and the glory that will just be given to us by YAHAWASHI, hey, everybody's gonna obey us. We don't have to do nothing, bro. They're just gonna obey us. Now, if they disrespect the command of the Lord, they're gonna be put to death, right, etc. But people are gonna know who are on top, man, and that's it. You see, there is no, having to vote. You know what I mean? The fuck is that, bro? Let's vote, for this. Nah, man, that's just not gonna happen in the kingdom. You see, King David's gonna sit on the throne. Yahweh, you know what I mean? YAHAWASHI. People are gonna know who are the rulers, man, and that's it. Taking, this person out of office in the kingdom, man. You see? That's not gonna happen. But because this place is wicked, that's why the people are constantly mourning, People are constantly, I'm protesting. Hey, every fucking week, man, there's a protest going on, man. You see?
It's facts.
Now how the hell can this place be it? If you are supposed to be in your right mind, how can you think that there's a place worse than this that you go and burn forever? This is hell, man. Because it's a condition, man. You see?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. This is mourning. Are we not mourning? We're mourning, and we're the rulers. So we have a sense of righteousness in us. These people are walking. These are brute beasts. We're looking at brute beasts. you have brute beasts ruling over us. Now, if we have a sense of, how do you say, being able to hold yourself, having a sense of self-control. You have that voice, YAHAWASHI, I tell you, don't do this. What about those people that are ruling? You know? It makes you think of how wicked the world that we're living in is, man. But, right, so it says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right, so we're mourning. Here it is. On a corner, man. You know?
If I'm gonna add into that, I saw a video of this dolphin, bagging it, like banging his head against the glass, bro, trying to commit suicide purposely, bro. The animals are fucking pissed off, man. The animals are mourning. So if the animals, how much more everything else, man? You see? The scriptures talk about how that a righteous man regarded the life of his beast. Esau puts these, animals in, in these cages, man. That's right, man.
Sorry, guys.
That's right, man. You see? So, the animals are losing it, man. So it just goes to show you the state of the human nature, man. Right? Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse... Oh, come on, I got it. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. There's another precept. We can't find it right now, but it says when the wicked are in authority, the man is hidden. You know?
Oh.
You gotta hide, bro. You know? Yeah, so that's the condition that we're in. You know? That's the condition that we're in as Israelites. We have to hide, man. Okay? Why? Because he that is righteous maketh himself a prey. You know? This devil has his eyes set upon us, man. It's not a secret. Okay, he's watching you. You know? And that's scriptural as well. It says his eyes are constantly against the poor. You know? He sitteth in the lurking places. You know?
Going back to the book of the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, now verse 4, it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. But ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others.
Let us not sleep. What's sleep? Sleep is being partaker of the things that this world offers. That's what puts you to sleep. You know? You know, because hey, when you're not in tune with YAHAWASHI, you're sleeping. The watchman is not supposed to be sleeping. He's supposed to be alert. He's supposed to be on his watch, as it says. You know?
That's right. And even when you got shows on Netflix, like I've seen a few shows and movies where, let's just say, give a scenario when you're, in a state of turmoil and, you're looking just behind your back to see if anyone will kill you. So you're always on the go, right? Bro, even if you were to sleep, you're just like, you know what I mean? You're just waking up every second because you're watching to be aware of the danger that's to come, man. So that's the same thing with this, man. So you can't fall asleep, man. You constantly have to be up to date, what's going on and how is it filtered through the scriptures, man. You see? Because, if you can filter it, through the scriptures, then you can understand the times that we're in. YAHAWASHI constantly said, man, or, YAHAWASHI said that, that most people can discern the sign of what's going to happen tomorrow, but, you can't discern when YAHAWASHI is going to return. And then YAHAWASHI gave you these signs, man. You see? That when these things happen, then you can understand, man. Okay? That your redemption is nigh. Right?
is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shall... And that's heavy, bro. When thou seest, you know? When thou seest part of the signs past, it was meant for you to see. You know? Scriptures was meant for you to, for the elect to understand. You know? In order for what? To warn, to spread the message. It says, which I have told thee before, I have sent thee a watchman into the house. You know? Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. How will the Lord visit the world? He'll come as a thief.
That's right. That's right.
And he's gonna come, hey man, the Lord, hey, this is the talking stage, man. Like we said before, this is the talking stage, man. The Lord, when he comes down, he's not gonna come to talk and negotiate with this devil. No, he's coming to bring calamity upon you. He wants to make you feel the pain. You know? He said the day of vengeance is in my heart. It's in his mind.
Meditate.
Yeah, the Lord hasn't drink.
Yeah, bro. And you know Yahawah loves that wine, man. Right?
Because when he was in the flesh, he was enjoying certain things that certain things that the world offered. You know, he was eating. You know? He said he's not going to drink until his elect are with him in the kingdom. That's right.
So like it, man. It said, you know, when you see parts of these signs come, because right now we're seeing parts of it, right? Because, you know, it just goes to show you that right in the middle, when he's about to begin to fill his belly, then Yahawah is gonna come right away, man. You see? So, hey, man, when you see these things happening, when you see parts of the sign, because then eventually you're gonna see all of it once Yahawah returns, which is a part of it, man, too, as well. You see?
Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before, even from the beginning.
You know, a lot of people, they marvel at these things, coming to pass, but it's because the Lord wrote it, man. The Lord had written this thing before us. You see, the prophets have been coming back to the same thing over and over and over, man. Right?
Somehow you found the scriptures.
That's right, man.
Now, it might not have been the full, but some way, somehow, you found the scriptures in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets.
That's right.
He had divided them by line. They shall possess it from everlasting.
That's right. That's right. Like Apostle Tahar said, man, even when he was in the world before he woke up to the truth, he was always in the scriptures. You know, as a child, he was always in the scriptures, man. You know, he didn't know why. You know, one day, he prayed to the Lord and said, Lord, I don't know your name, but you know what I mean? Like I want to be able to see, clearly, etc. You see what I mean? So it just goes to show, like you said, somewhere, somehow you're gonna fall into this. You're just gonna fall right into it, man. You see what I mean? Hey, if that is not what you call, something that's, that is literally what that is, man. You see, it was meant to be. It's not by chance or by luck or, you know what I mean? Everything is literally predestinated, man.
Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders, and powerful works, and endings, and effects and signs. So I'm saying there's gonna be, we have to be ready for miracles, wonders, YAHAWASHI, making himself manifest. Okay, angels popping out, chariots, man. You know, you manifesting things in your mind, but really it's YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI is flexing. Look, show what I do.
Cut. That's true. Yeah, because a lot of people right now, they have no hope. You see what I mean? You have a lot of people who have not agreed and taken the thing that don't agree with Esau, but they don't know, you know, they have no hope. But what's going to happen soon here is Yahawah is going to show the miracles through his prophets, and people are going to go crazy, man. You know, people are going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, they're actually going to get hyped, because now they can understand, okay, you know what? We have a backup, you know what I mean? Because right now people are just like, fuck, man, you know, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 you know what I mean? But the Lord is going to, you know, come through when he sees fit. And then people are going to be willing. You see? yo, that's the spirit, right? And then people are gonna be willing, man. Because, hey, man, when people see the miracles, you know what I mean? People being able to do marvelous things in front of their eyes, they're gonna be like, yo, fuck Esau, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Fuck him, man. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I saw what I saw. You know what I mean? That's what people are gonna be saying, man. You said, you know, I saw a man flying and saving someone else, you know, from, you know, like a time of trouble. You know what I mean? People are gonna have faith, man, eventually. You see?
It's heavy, bro. Because even though, like I said, it says a lot of people are going to be converted at that last hour, you know, but even those that are not of the elect, like you said, you'll see like, yo, F this guy, who is this guy? You know?
That's right. Because, you know, like, right now, Esau has his thumb under their neck, you know, pretty much telling them, do what the hell I say, you know what I mean? But eventually, when they see that, you know what, there's actual, you know, miracles happening on a spiritual sense, something that Esau cannot understand, then people are going to do away with Esau, man. You see, and that's when that power is going to be translated to the Israelites. You see, it's going to be transferred. Because people are going to be like, yo, those group of guys out there in the street with those garments, yo, they got that power, man. You see, that's what people are going to be saying, man. And then, you know, you're going to have an audience of people just, you know what I mean, waiting for something, man. You see?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110 and verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
That's right. I believe there's more.
It says, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth.
That's right. So thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. When the elect get that power, then people are going to be like, yo, for real, we're done with this man, Esau, man. Fuck him and all of his devices and his ways, man. You know? Because you're going to have a lot of 2/3 who are actually going to die fighting Esau. You see? You know what I mean? They're still 2/3, but they're going to go at Esau. You see? Yeah, man. We're living in some heavy times, man. And soon the Lord's about to do something, bro. I can smell it. I can feel it, man. The Lord's about to do something because, you know, his elect are crying, man. You know, hey, Lord, you know, this man is making his mandates, man, and he's threatening us, man. You know? That's right, man.
Do something.
The Lord will do something, man.
God, do something, bro.
That's right, man. You know? That's right.
Look, hey, the Lord's going to flex regardless, bro.
That's right.
Real quick, this is Acts 5 and 12. And by the hands of the apostles were many signs and wonders wrought among the people. Many signs and wonders. Okay?
By the hand of the
Apostles.
Yeah. You know, who were following YAHAWASHI, right? And they believed, you know, on the report and everything that YAHAWASHI spoke of. And they moved on in the spirit of YAHAWASHI. You see? And so the Lord gave them that power.
That's right. It says, and they were all with one accord in Solomon's porch. And of the rest, there's no man joined himself to them, but the people magnified them. We said, bro, hey, you're gonna be, we said, there's a precept that says, you shall give him praise and fame in the land where they were held captive. Praise and fame.
That's right. Because, you know, ultimately, you know, people are going to know that these are the men of the Lord, man. You see?
It says that people should know. And then shall it be known where my chosen.
John 14 and verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
That's right. Because, you know, in these times, you know, we're gonna do you know, of greater works, man. You see? And the Lord did a lot back then. As I should say that it wasn't even, all of it wasn't even recorded, right? The Lord did a lot back then, and so imagine you have a lot more people in the earth today, man. You know? And so you're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna be needing miracles done unto them, man. And then they're the ones who are gonna believe and, you know, follow YAHAWASHI, man. You know, through following the men of the Lord. You see? You know, that's gonna happen, man. Because, you know, right now people are waiting for something, man. They know in their spirit, especially if you're an Israelite, you know in your spirit that this can't be it, man. You know, you have an old Jake woman in a hospital still praying unto the Lord, man. Because it's in her spirit, she knows that this can't be it, man. You see, so something is about to happen, man.
There's mothers at home saying, listen, what is this?
Come on.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is this? African. What is this? What is this? No, but for real, they're seeing this devil, Biden, and this other guy, Trudeau, Justin.
Yeah.
You know, talking crazy. You know, and like they know this can't be it. Praising to the Lord, though they don't. Might not know the name of the Lord in their spirit, like you said, in their spirit, they're still crying out to YAHAWASHI. You know? Like you said, man, it's all it's by the hand of the YAHAWASHI. The mouthpiece of YAHAWASHI, which is the elect. Okay, that's how people are going to come in, you know, to the fold, receive salvation. It said a multitude. You know? Besides the 144,000, there was a multitude. Apostle Dara went into it and said it could be 1 million, it could be 5 million. It's 5 million compared to 7 billion.
That's
still a small number. You know? 1 billion in 7 billion is still a small number.
Very small number.
You know? Hey, so
the fact that 144,000, which is just a body government, that's just 1%, man. You know, now, you know, compare that to the rest of the world. That's a very, very small number of men. And then you have the great multitude, which is the 1/3, right? Which equals to what? That is what? You know, I'm a 34%. You see what I mean? That's just of the children of Israel. And then you got the rest of the heathen nations, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you're going to have some of them who are going to be, you know, who are still going to be alive because they're going to be slaves. You see what I mean? And so, you know, that's why the scriptures talk about how that this world, or so like the next world is created for few. It's going to start with only a few. You see? Hey, you see? You see? Hey, you know, kingdom ready, eh? That's right, man. Kingdom ready. Hey, yo, that's the spirit, eh? That's the spirit. That's right, Lord, you know, we see, Lord, we know, Lord, we know, you know. Hey, you know, the Lord just says, soon come. Soon come, I get up, just, you know.
it's really
Slaves. That's right.
They have to feel the role. That's right. And people still have to witness that transition from wickedness to righteousness. They still have to feel it.
Yeah.
Whether they're slaves or, you know, the elect, they still have to see the power of YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
You gotta see, what's the name? Allah being turned to not. You gotta see Buddha be burnt up.
That fat ass Buddha.
Yeah, that fat ass nigga. You know? They gotta see, what's the other guy's name? Caesar Borgia.
Yes, Caesar Borgia.
You gotta see him being cast down. As I said, we're gonna burn those images.
Everything is gonna be taken down. You see? That's right. That's right, man. That's right. Going back here to 1 Thessalonians, or did you have something? Okay. And it says 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 6. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the nights, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. That's right, because most people, when they act crazy, when they go crazy, is what? During the nighttime. So that they can hide, their iniquities. You see what I mean? They do it in the darkness and not during the day, man.
That's how Esau maneuvers to. He put you in that darkness. So now he's moving like, and here it is. People think he's the righteous. That's heavy, bro. That's a heavy
delusion. Because he wears a suit and tie, and he shaves his beard. which is wicked, and people look at that as praise and as something that is holy to behold. You see? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. You sit back and really analyze. It's really wild, bro.
Yeah.
You know? But hold on, who created this? That's the YAHAWASHI.
That's right. Because
the depth and riches of YAHAWASHI. How his way
like unsearchable are his ways.
yeah, how unsearchable his judgments and his ways past finding out. You can't even find, like we say, we talk about the spiritual powers that we're gonna have in the last days. But we don't really know how heavy the Lord is gonna make it happen.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
The Lord might make you like, now you fly, that's it, bro. You like come back, you fly. You know, it might be like that. You like come back, you heal people. You like come back, you know?
That's right. That's right. Because we can only speak of the things that we can be able to have an example of. So what I mean? But there's things that we don't even know, so how can you therefore be able to speak about it? You can't, right? Right? We are able to speak of the healing and the miracles that Yahawashi did because we have something to compare it with, right? But what the Lord's gonna give us, we don't even know, man. See? Man, it's gonna be, it's gonna be something that, like, right now, everything, that we're talking about, thinking the way that we do right now, we're gonna be like, what the hell is going on back, you know what I mean? Because we're gonna be on a whole new level, man. You see, it's gonna be a whole new transformation, man. You know?
That's what you're saying, because 3 years ago, you were the same.
Bro, there's always growth, right? Come on, bro. Beautiful, man, because, I remember, like, if you watch your videos, let's just say, a few months ago or, like a year ago, just watch the way you were talking and breaking certain things down. The way you were talking and breaking certain things down, compared to now, you've grown, but you didn't notice it, man. You see what I mean? You didn't notice it, but you've grown, man. 3, 4, 5, 6 years, the way you were speaking and, actually be able to bring us certain scriptures, man, totally different than now, man. So the Lord is grooming, his men before that marriage. So that means because, when we join with YAHAWASHI, that's when that marriage is going to take counsel. The chair is up there, and then, you're going to get that crown, which you can, compare, with that ring. You see what I mean? And you're joined with YAHAWASHI and you get that, because what happens when a woman joins with a man? You see, she gets, a dowry, right? You see, she gets, substances, possessions, things, that was, she can benefit, things that she can benefit off of. You see, YAHAWASHI is gonna give us that, man. You see, YAHAWASHI is gonna give us a lot, man. You see, and these are not things that are carnal. These are things on the spiritual sense, man. You see?
Come that you might have life. Come that you might have it more abundantly.
The fact that you can't die, bro, that means that, hey man, that's crazy, man. I saw a movie, I forget what it was called, but it was about this chick, man, and she could have died, man, She found that out when she got shot in the head, bro. She got shot in the head, and a few minutes later, she woke up. And the people around her were like, what the fuck is going on? And she was in the army, see what I mean? And so they had to kick her out, man. And she then, pretty much went on to find out that, she was basically one of the only few that have that spiritual powers, man. You see? Which is crazy, man. So, hey, imagine the fact that you can't die, man. That means that nothing's gonna harm you, man. You see?
Just think about somebody just come here and listen to you.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me one of you guys not dying?
Yeah.
But that could be facts. Right now, it might be somebody here.
Yeah. That's right.
Somebody here that's not gonna die. That's a big possibility.
That's right. When Yahawashi said there's some standing here that should not taste of death. Hey, you're gonna have some of the elect. Some of the brothers around you. It could be you. It could, it could be you who are gonna see Yahawashi get beamed up and then live forever, man. Never died in the earth, man. You see what I mean? But your spirit went up in the chairs and you were put in that new body and you never saw corruption. You see? Everyone has a different law. And then those that die in the flesh, they're going to wake up when Yahawashi comes. So you're just asleep. You know, the Lord Yahawashi said that, man. You know, that, you know, you're just asleep.
Thank Jesus.
Guess what? He just got marked.
That's right.
Just right now. A lot of people disappear. When we were just talking, there'll be some of you standing here that will not taste death. He just tasted it.
That's right.
You know, just because, guess who was around? Guess who was around? You know, some way, somehow, wickedness has to be present, which is coming in the form of a woman.
Everything is spiritual.
Everything is spiritual.
Yo, you know what? Like another girl said, you know, another girl called him up, you know, and said, you're disrespectful, you know, they're making a video and said, hey, you know, there you go.
Yeah, she turned around too.
Yeah,
She heard it.
It's a headlight. John 3:12. If I have told you of earthly things and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things?
You know, there's
What can you say after that, bro?
you know, there's a precept in the Apocrypha where it talks about how that you can only speak of the things of the earth, you see, because you're of the earth, or you're from the earth.
Second Ezra.
Read that precept again.
No.
What? Yeah. What was it? John 3?
John 3:12.
Oh, I found it. The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 4 verse 21 says, for like as the ground is given unto the wood and the sea to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth. And he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the height of the heavens. So when we get that body, then we're going to be able to understand more of the things that are of the spiritual realm. You see? But right now we can only speak of certain things, right? Because it's written in the scriptures. But to get the full understanding, you see, on exactly, you know, how our bodies are going to be, you know, etc., etc. You see, we don't have the full knowledge of that right now because we're in the earth. You see? But eventually, Lord Yahawashi is going to give us that, man, and then we're going to be able to talk about those things, you know. Hey, yo, Shalom, YAHAWASHI, bro. That's right. That's right. You know, that was it.
John 3:12. If I have told you of earthly things and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things?
So that's why you need that gift of faith. You know? You need that. You know, because without that,
shit. You can't do nothing with no faith.
Hebrews 11 and verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
you must believe that he is. He created all things. So if the Lord created all things, that means he could deliver. You know?
That's right.
That's faith. You know? Believing that YAHAWASHI can deliver you. You know? That's wisdom. This is that is wisdom.
That's right.
Knowing that the Lord is what? The power of loving kindness, righteousness, and judgment. Loving kindness goes into mercy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And also, like, if you know, like you said, the Lord Yahawashi made everything, right? Therefore, He can deliver you out of every situation, right? I don't know if your brother saw that movie with, you know, Jamie Foxx. I think it was called Power.
Yes.
Hey, man, they show you in that movie that, you know, when you look at, you know, like you said, the Lord made everything. Animals have spiritual powers, man. You see? You know, when you think about it, you know, like a bird, you know, being able to fly, you see what I mean? You know? you know, like a lion, you see what I mean, you know, being able to run, you know, like as fast as it, you know, you see, and, you know, animals are not actually at their full strength right now as they were back then, man. You see, for example, like, you know, the eagle, you see, it can fly super high but be able to have a perfect vision. See, that's a form of spiritual power, right? So in that movie, they showed you that, you see. And so then, you know, people were taking, you know, those pills or whatever, you see, you know, and then they got to be able to experience, you know, different animals, you know, spiritual powers, and then they were using it as human beings, right? So imagine, you see, hey, the Lord made that. The Lord made the animals. So if a bird can fly, you know, why can't you as a human being, you know, be able to do that? If the Lord just tap in your spirit, you know what I mean, and give you that spiritual powers, you'll be able to do it. That's why the scripture says in the book of Isaiah, right? Because, hey, it's all about just the Lord being able to tap, you know, the Lord being able to tap into your spiritual, you know, senses, you know, for you to be able to get those powers, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, right? The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 28, it says, "Hast thou not seen, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting power of Yahawah, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainted not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increases strength." Yo, he increases strength, right? And it says, even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. That's being able to fly, man. You see? And it says, they shall run. It says, but they that wait upon the Lord,
Goes down, wait. The Lord's not going to come upon them as a thief. Wait for YAHAWASHI.
but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Renew, meaning that you know, that you have actually had it. But the Lord says, you know, the Lord is renewing it, man. It's already yours, man. You know, hey, you know, every brother is made in a different fashion. You see, but we're of that one body, right? Every brother has a different, you know what I mean? Because not everybody's going to be on the exact same level, right? But every brother has, you know, different things. Hey, you never know what your spiritual power is. You probably chose that, man. You see, when you were, you know, when you were created with the Lord YAHAWASHI, because, you know, the angels, you know, the HALALYAM, you know, they're the ones that, you know, with YAHAWASHI, you know, they made the heavens and the earth. You see, you know, being able to join the different elements, you know, to create the different worlds. Hey, man, every brother has a different thing, you know, that they might have chose, man. And so the Lord is going to renew it, man. He's going to give it back to you. You see, every brother has a different body, man. Ew, it's going to be beautiful, man. Right? And so,
We should get that definition.
you know, renew. That's right. You know, that's in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. No, you know, it's like everybody, you know, can never pull that up. You know, because like when you watch a movie, you know, like the Avengers, for example, right? You got different superheroes and they all come together, right? You know, that's just a representation of, you know, what the different brothers are gonna be like, man. You see? But they're all gonna have power, man. You see? They're all gonna have power. But it's just different things, man. Isn't it? You know, and then now, you know, you got the Lord YAHAWASHI, you know, who has everything. You see what I mean? You know, you can't mess with YAHAWASHI, man, you know? You know? But, you know, every brother has something, man. The Lord just gonna give it back to you, you know? And then you're actually, hey, man, I remember Salaki, you know, as well. I remember, you know, a few years, you know, like when I was, you know, like a few years back, I had a dream, you know, that, you know, all hell was, you know, I'm breaking loose, right? And I remember people were chasing me, you know, people were looking to kill me. And then out of nowhere, you know, I had, you know, my spiritual powers where I was able to fly. But it wasn't, you know, just the fact that I had it, I knew how to use it. You see what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I knew exactly what to do, man. It wasn't like something, you know, that I had to train myself. it just, you know, it just clicked and I knew how to use it, you know, and I was able to go into different areas and hide, etc. You see what I mean? But I knew how to use it. So that's just an example of the Lord being able to renew your strength. He just gives it to you, and you already know, bro, because you're already programmed. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be like, you know, like, you know, like I still don't know, like, you know, how high to fly. Nah, man, you're gonna know exactly what to do with that power, man. You know, it's kind of like in that movie, what's it called? What's it called? The movie with like, you know, where Matrix. You know, like the movie The Matrix. You see, you know, it was you know, I'm a programmed. You know, it was like like, you know, him being able to fight, etc. It was like downloaded in his mind. You see, and he knew how to do these things. He knew, you know what I mean? He knew how to fight. You know, he knew how to dodge a bullet because it was programmed in him, man. That's how it's gonna be with the elect, man. You see, we're gonna know how to do these things because it's literally gonna be programmed and downloaded in us, man. You see?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, and verse 32, and this is David speaking. It says, "It is Yahawah that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places."
Like hinds feet.
Come on, bro. How high is this? Come on. Verse 34, he teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms.
Yo, imagine you doing that right now, bro. You best believe your body about to break down, man. Right? So imagine the Lord teaching you to do these things. You see? Yeah. That's right. That's right. Did you have something more, or is there more?
Just real quick, it's the book of Isaiah.
Let's get all this special.
It's the book of Isaiah, I think it's from the Lord.
Right here! That's right, that's right.
Behold, the Lord's hand is not short that it cannot save, neither is ear heavy that it cannot hear. Well, so the Lord will provide in the days of trouble. As far as getting us out of sticky situations, we're going to give His man spiritual powers, man. So what do we have to do? Cry upon His name. Cry upon the name of Yahawah and the name of His Son YAHAWASHI.
I can go back and finish this one. The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." See? So that means that you're going to have a body that is of the spiritual realm in order, because, you know, these bodies, what happens when you run? You see what I mean? Your body gets tired and, you know, you need oxygen, you need water, right? You need these things in order to keep your body, you know, at a level to be able to move forward, you see? But imagine having a body, you know, that is extraterrestrial, man. You see? You don't need to eat, but you can choose to eat if you want. You know what I mean? You don't need to sleep, but you can choose if you want. You know what I mean? That's being able to do both, man. You see? Yeah. Did you ever peace of mind?
Psalms 82 and verse 6. "I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High."
Hey, and what is a God? A God is a power. You know, that's what that word God means, man. Right? The Lord said, "I have said that ye are powers, but all of you are the children of the Most High," man. Which is supposed to show, you know, to differentiate the levels of power. There's that, you know, all power, the Heavenly Father, and then you have YAHAWASHI, and then you have His men. You see? So the Lord said that we are gods, man. You know, kings, man. You see what I mean? And we're getting into that spirit where you have this woman, you know, who call men kings now. You see what I mean? Is there more now? That was it.
Verse 7. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes.
That's right, you know, which is a prophecy that had to happen. Which is supposed to show you, man, hey, that we had to come in the flesh and go through this. But, you know, in actuality, our bodies and, you know, where we're supposed to be is actually, you know, pure energy, man. You know, like the angels. You see? You know? Because the angels are our brothers, man. You know, they say, you know what? I am of thy fellow servant. I am of thy brethren. You know, the angels are our brothers, man. But the difference between us and them is the fact that we're here in the flesh. You see?
Jude 1 and verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
So hey, the angels have not kept their first estate, right? You see, we have left our habitation, which is what? Which is the spiritual realm, man. See, the kingdom, right? But then now we are in these chains, which is talking about these flesh, these bodies. You see? But there is a reward for this, man.
Romans 8 and 19. For the earnest expectation of the creatures waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High.
That's right. Hey, the creature, you know, even the humans are creatures, man. You see? But hey, even the animals are waiting. Even the animals are waiting for the right individuals to be on the top seat so that they can also be able to have a better life, you know, so to say.
For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who had subjected him to the same hope, because the creature itself shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High.
You can't make that up, man. I'm just supposed to show you like where we're actually supposed to be. You see? Where we're actually supposed to be. It shows, you know. That's it. That's a beautiful precept. Is there more on that one? I got a precept here. We'll go back. The book of Luke chapter 10, verse 19. Behold, I give you power to tread upon the serpent and scorpion, and over all again. And it says, behold, I give you power. I give unto you power to tread on serpent and scorpion, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
So Yahushua give his apostles power. Then he said 70 people. So the book of Luke says 7 that God gives to the nation. The point is, the Lord, Yahushua give his men powers. There's also a precept where he asked the Lord, should we bring fire upon them? Remember that? So what? They have power to call upon fire. Not much more in the things that will come. Hold on.
Who have power to bring down fire and also see, and yeah, man, it's a lot, you know, of good things that's gonna come onto the elect that you can't even fathom. Just, you know, being able to talk about one topic, you know, that alone is heavy, and that alone is a lot. Like immortality, you know, like we spoke of, that alone in itself is a lot. You know what I mean? And then imagine, you know, the rest, and so on and on, right? And right here, which it says, notwithstanding, in this rejoice not, that the spirit are subject unto you. So there's spirit that are subject unto us. They do whatever the hell you want, man, because the Lord, you know, made it that way. But it said, but rather rejoice because your because your names are written in heaven. Hey, that's another topic. Your names being written in heaven. Hey, man, that's heavy, man. You see? That means the Lord picked you, man. When he He created you, He picked you, He said that you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and your names are in heaven for immortality. It says, notwithstanding, in this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you.
So why are the spirits subject? Because they have the testimony of Yahawashi. When that demon was on the scene, he said, Paul I know, I said, Yahawashi I know, Paul I know, but who are you? Why did they know? Why did the demons know? Because the testimony of Yahawashi was upon Paul. That's right. The apostle. You know? That's why it says also in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, I believe the 17th verse, and also Revelation 17, I believe the 6th verse, it says the woman, she persecuted the saints, which had what? Which had the testimony of Yahawashi. You know? So it's about that, it's about having that. That's that mark of exemption. Revelation 12, 17.
I can actually read verse 13. Revelation chapter 12, verse 13. It says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man-child.
Right. The woman is representing the nation of Israel. The man-child is Yahawashi. He's the one. Okay?
And it says, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, and she, like that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nurtured for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
That's us here in America. As slaves, we're still feeding us.
And it says, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandment of Yahawashi and have the testimony of Yahawashi.
That's right. That's right. That's what I said. The enemy shall come in like a flood.
Yeah.
The spirit of the Lord shall lift up the step. They're fighting against. They're fighting against Yahawashi. That's what they're fighting. Right? Yeah. It all goes back to Genesis. It says thy seed, and like the serpent seed and the seed of Adam, which goes back to Yahawashi against that old serpent. Esau against Jacob. That's right.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord Yahawah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. You know what? If I might add, you have people in the world thinking that this was an actual snake, and snake back then had legs, and you know what I mean? That's right. That's right. And it says,
that's why to you it is difficult. Yeah. It's not meant for everybody to understand.
It's a parabolic talk.
It's parabolic. That's right.
It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed.
That's right. That's Yahawashi. And the serpent, Esau, basically Jacob against Esau. That's the title of the story. That's right. That's the main topic of the story. Jacob against Esau.
That's right. Because when it said her seed, women don't have seed. So it's talking about an actual man. I'm talking about the serpent and then the children of Israel, because that's what that woman represented. The children of Israel. How they went off against the Lord. You see, but at that time it was an actual woman, but it's also two-faced. Because it said her seed, but women don't have seed. Women they carry the egg. It's a man that has a seed, right? And it said, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. That's why you have Jacob and Esau constantly fighting, right? And it said, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. That's right.
It shall bruise thy head.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. I have to cover that. That was an important
So the point was is that you're going to persecute those that have the testimony of Yahawah, which are the saints. Yeah, something concerning this. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 7. And then verse 6, as gold in the furnace, as he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stones. In the time of the visitation, the Lord is going to change the bodies of the elect and give them spiritual powers. It says, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. The elect are going to have crazy speed. Like flash, like sparks that just
It just happens.
all that's going to stop. You see that?
Just literally have naked Attention, bro. That's what that is.
It's a lie. You gotta check the lie. John 17 and 14. I have given them thy word, and the world had hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou should take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me unto the world, even so I also sent them into the world.
Chill, that's a lot, man. Slow down, man.
Sanctify them through that truth. That word is truth. So, what's going to make that separation? Those that have the testimony.
Read that again?
Yeah.
From the top?
Yeah.
John 17 and 14. I have given them thy word, and the world had hated them.
What's the word? What's the word? Testimony of Yahawah. I don't mean a harbor, but this is heavy, bro.
Because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Sounds like it, it said that he prays that the Lord doesn't take us out of the world, but to keep us away from evil. So we're still going to be in the earth, but the Lord's going to have that protection over us, man. You see? To keep us away from evil. Because when the Lord YAHAWAH gave his men the word, guess what? The world did not receive it. You see, it was not profitable unto the world. That's why people call us, you know, a bunch of names, man. Extremists. You guys are too much into the scriptures. What? Does that even make any sense?
You can never be too much.
Right? Right? But that's what they look, you know. It's because of that, you know, that fire that's burning, you know. That you want to keep the word of Yahawah Shema Shai. You see?
Hold on. Real quick, this is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5. The word of Yahawah Shai Most High is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments.
Fountain.
You gotta go.
Verse 17, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sake I sanctified myself, that they also may be sanctified through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their words, that they may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me.
That's right. Because you had some men that were there with Yahawah, they saw Yahawah. So Yahawah said, I don't only pray for them, but those that also believe in the word. He's talking about us right now, because we haven't seen Yahawah in this lifetime, in the flesh. You see what I mean? So Yahawah was praying for us as well, man. Because not only is he talking about the men that were there with the Lord Yahawah, but there's also what, you know, those innumerable number of men that have not bowed down to his gift of all. There was also other prophets, man. You see, doing the same work, but they just weren't, you know, their names weren't recorded. You know what I mean? But you know, it was written that there is men that have not bowed down to the right? Different prophets, man. So Yahawah was also praying for us, brothers. No one, you know, that we give those men. Yahawah was praying for us in this time, man. You see?
Her husband edified the men. Like they had some truth, they had the old truth, so they edified them.
If I may add, I brought out that precept because that power comes down the chain of command. So this the same way we get the power, Yahawah Shai got the power from Yahawah. He gave that power unto, you know, so there's a chain of command.
Same thing. Because it said the same way that the Heavenly Father sent him, he also sent us. See? So we're basically doing the same thing, man. But we're just, you know, on a lesser level than Yahawah Shai, of course. Right? So Yahawah sent Yahawah Shai, Yahawah sent us. See, but the scripture said that, well, you know, that we are of that one body. Right? We're of that one body, man. It's like, you know, you have a brother, you know, who's a right leg, and you got another brother, you know, who's a left arm. It's still on that same body, but just doing different things. You see, it's a different walk. You have another brother, you know, who's an eye, you have another brother who's an ear. You see what I mean? But it's just that one body, man. You see? The master. It's a house. Come on. You know, and Yahawah Shai, you know, like it's that cornerstone, right? Which represents the foundation. Because you need those stones, man. You see what I mean? You need those stones in order to build that house. And without it, it's not gonna work, man.
The stone can also crush.
Yeah.
The stone can crush because the Lord is also a snare.
Yeah. You gotta fear him, man.
I fear Yahawah.
You gotta. I think you wanted to get the word to become a sacrifice, right? Is there more in that one? Yeah, you know, just wait for him to be able to break this down first.
Is it real? They put the music louder this time. I'm gonna edit.
It ain't gonna work, man.
We're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. Ultimately, it's to edify the elect that's on the stream, man. That's literally what it is. Every day, pray, the Yahweh should give you the spirit to go to edify his sheep. That's it.
We're sanctified. It says to render knowledge or to be venerable or hallowed, to separate from profane things and dedicate to YAHAWASHI. The word is to separate. Separates. The word is holy. Consecrate things to YAHAWASHI. Dedicate people to YAHAWASHI. Purify. To cleanse externally. Sanctify to be like true God. That's John 15:3. It says now you are clean by the word. To purify by expiation, free from the guilt of sin.
Blameless.
The elect are covered by the blood of Yahweh.
Because to be baptized means to be totally immersed. See, so you're totally immersed. See, in the word of the Lord Yahawah. It's like, you're dipped in water, right? You're dipped in the blood of Yahawah through the scriptures, right?
The last one says to purify eternally by renewing of the soul. Psalm 51 says, create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit within me.
Take out away the spirit part.
The right spirit within me. That's my way of the word.
Psalms 12 and 6, the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of the earth, purified 7 times.
Purified 7 times. There you go, man. The book of Psalms, how shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed according to thy word. That's how you totally become baptized. That's how you turn from your wicked ways. Is when you actually, wake up to the truth. You see what I mean? And it changes you, man. A lot of these people that go to these churches, they actually haven't woken up. That's why they go to church on Sunday, the following day, or the day before, the night before, they were committing adultery. You see? And then the following morning, they go to church. You haven't been changed, man. But this is serious, man, because a lot of brothers were, walking in different paths, right? But guess what? Through the truth of Yahawah, brothers are walking, on that one accord, man.
Also, when they leave church, they leave with a sense of gratification. Like he gave them hope.
Yeah.
The pastor lies to them with words, deceiving words. So you leave feeling like, okay, it's okay, all is good.
You're getting, comforted in the wickedness that you're doing. That is literally it, right? They get comforted in that, and so then what happens? Your pastor tells them all you have to say is, I believe Jesus Christ to be my Lord and Savior, and that's it. Right?
Isaiah 29 and 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me, with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precepts of man.
You see, they draw unto the Lord with their mouth, but their hearts, which is actually what needs to be changed, that is far from the Lord. And then their fear is taught by the precepts of men. Not by the precepts of the scriptures, but by the precepts of men. Right? That's what you gotta do.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
That's the one, man. That's the one right there.
Romans 12 and 10.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahawah YAHAWASHI.
That's what just talking about. Be not hearers of the word, but doers as well. You really have to change your way. Not just
Ephesians 5 and verse 26, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
That's right, man. By the word, cleanse it. Unknown number. Calling me right now. It's an unknown number. Let's say it. I'm not picking up. Say it. Not today. Not today.
Sirach 34 and 1, the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Sirach 34 and 1, the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools.
I got another precept, but going into what, the hopes of these people are vain, man. You see what I mean? Because like we were saying, man, a lot of the time, they just go to these churches and they just go and they crumble there thinking, that everything is all good, man. But it's all in vain, man. You see? And like a lot of them, they go into, I had a dream, that you're gonna go to hell if you don't. The deceiver and the deceived, man.
You don't put $5 in the basket. You're gonna go to hell. That works with 10.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. And it says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. And it says, for with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. See, going into that scripture, that we read earlier about YAHAWASHI praying for the elect, and that, he's going to pray for the elect so that, they're not, just only removed from evil in this world, man. You see? So the Lord is watching over his elect, man. You see, he has care for his elect, and he's going to give you a beautiful crown, man.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 6. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of man, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded.
Basically, you ain't shit if you don't have the word down.
it's going to be made manifest in the time of trouble who has the testimony of Yahweh. Those that are safe, wisdom and knowledge shall be stability. Strength of salvation. That's your strength of salvation. So if you don't have, spirit of wisdom upon you, devises mischief continually, he soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly, suddenly shall he be broken without remedy.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. You know, a lot of these people in the world who are pretty much, also scoffing at the men of the Lord, etc. Right? You know, there is an end to that, man. The Lord's gonna stop you. The Lord's gonna stop y'all, man. You're not gonna continue to do this unto the men of the Lord, man, and unto the earth itself, man. You're not gonna be able to live on. You know what I mean? Just doing fuckery all the goddamn time, man. The Lord is gonna put an end to it, man, and we can't wait for that, man. You know, speaking a bunch of they utter madness, man. You see? But the things that we talk about, it's pertaining unto salvation, but that's mocked upon, man. That's crazy, man. Backwards completely, man. As a thief in the night. As a thief in the night, man. Yahawah's gonna return, man.
Again, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly, suddenly shall he be broken without remedy.
In thy securities, right?
The book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Right? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahawah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
While he's eating. Which, you know, going into what? Pretty much as a thief in the night, right? As a thief in the fullness of his sufficiency, while he is eating. The Lord's gonna come, suddenly. You see, those, all of these things, they all, you know, basically, they come together to make sense when you read it. Precept upon precept, right? When they shall say peace and safety, right? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, right? And you know, man, it's a beautiful movie, and the Lord has shown the truth in different parts, you know, like in different books, etc. But it's the same thing, right? The book, that's right. God, you know, it's spoken in different words, but they have the same meaning, man. You see, and that's the beautiful part about it, because, you know, it's repeated. You know, and repetition is needed for Jake, especially Jake, man. You see?
It's a testimony.
It's testimony, man. That's right,
this is the book of Job, chapter 18, and verse 7. The steps of his strength shall be straight. You know, what's his strength? His military. His deception, which come by way of his laws, his wicked decrees. You know, but that's gonna confound him.
His tongue is gonna fall
his
upon
tongue.
him.
Yes, beautiful. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into his net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. You know, and, verse 10, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. That's what you don't expect. You know, you're walking free. You know, you're walking, you know, everything is hunky-dory. But you get caught, man.
But you know, it's his own trap. It's the same trap that he set up. Right. It's like Esau saying, it's like Esau building the missiles. It's gonna destroy him, man. Right? Yeah, you know what? He forgot about it. He forgot about it, you know, he went a long way, and when he returns and oh shit, I fucked up. Hey, what was it like it? In the book of Psalms?
I don't know if you guys know Wile E. Coyote.
What's that?
Wile E. Coyote.
No, I think
the road runner. What are you making? He's trying to catch a bird that runs fast. Looney Tunes. Wile E.
Oh, that's the name, Wile E.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's crazy. Hey,
That's exactly
heavy.
why. That's why Lee Coyote,
Yeah,
man.
Wile E.
Setting up traps every time he falls down into the ditch, the pit.
It's his own pit.
Yeah.
Yo, I got that piece here, man. Psalms chapter 7, verse 15. He made a pit and digged it and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. You see?
The Lord has a sense of humor. The Lord has a sense of humor. Why do the heathen rage? Verse 10, the snare is laid up for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the waves. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
That's right. And that's why, Esau can't sleep, right? Terror is all, hey, and who's gonna bring that terror? The angels in YAHAWASHI, man. That's why he's constantly looking out in the atmosphere, you know what I mean? With his satellite dish. That's hell, man.
Look up your eyes on, right? See that guy was like the prime minister of UK? I was with the hair,
It's a lot, bro.
Boris Johnson. Verse 12, his strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
It's gonna have no power at all,
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, which is YAHAWASHI.
Or is it shut up? Revelation chapter 3. The book of Revelation chapter 22, verse 7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
Okay? Those that kept the word of his testimony.
The book of Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Again. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Verse 8. Verse 12. Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be.
Right, so everybody will meet YAHAWASHI. Okay? And he's going to judge whether your works were good or evil.
You're going to be brought before the judge. That's why I say the judgment day. We're living in that time right now. You see? But that ultimate day, you're going to be brought forth before Revelation. Revelation chapter 22, verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, YAHAWASHI shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. He tested
this. Esau did this.
That's
He
good.
added on to the scriptures. These very scriptures that we're reading, he added some stuff to it.
And then he took away the apocrypha.
Right. That's what
Hidden away. Apocrypha. What's that?
He took away and he added.
That's right. That's right. And also, I remember Apostle Tahara, he said, if you add into the scriptures, you've by default taken away. Because you have to remove something to add. You see? And you know, and that's what people, you know, do. So what I mean? Or if you take away, by default you're adding, because you have to fill in that gap. You see? It's like a different understanding or a different breakdown. That's adding. You see? And it says, he, so like in verse 20, he which testified these things saith, surely I come quickly. Amen, or amen, even so come Lord YAHAWASHI HaMashiach. That's right. Surely I come quickly. It says, verse 21, the grace of our Lord YAHAWASHI HaMashiach be with you all, amen.
What does that mean with the precepts?
Proverbs 27 and 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Salakia, you know, can you look up that word prudent on the Google dictionary? And it tells you what that word means, man. You see? So the scripture says that a prudent man, you know, look at the well to his going, but then the simple pass on. And then also there's another precept that says, you know, that the simple believe in every word, but the prudent man look at the well to his goings. You see? You got it, bro?
This is the word prudent from the regular Google definition, and it reads, acting with or showing care and thought for the future.
You know, so you're aware of what's gonna happen, and then you hide yourself. You see? You know, that's how we think ahead of time, man. It's like, you know, you're seeing the danger come, and you're like, nah, man, fuck that, right? So you hide yourself. But these people, they don't even see the danger coming, so therefore they're punished. The simple pass on and are punished. And hey, as a thief in the night. That's beautiful, right?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more into mine? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. Verse 32 to the point, it reads, and I will bring the calamity from all sides thereof, said the Lord.
Hey, the chairs are gonna fill the earth. Right? Hey, you know, there's a chariot that Esau saw that's bigger than the earth, man. One chariot. You said you're finished. You got it.
So with that, hope this was edifying. Finish off by giving all praise, honor, and glorification to
YAHAWAH, HaShem, YAHAWASHI, HaShem, QADASH.
double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops, the great millstone, our teachers, salutations to the believers, the outcome, and the few onward that preach the way on the return of our Lord and Savior. Shalom. If you watch it, the Lord's coming as a thief.